Hey guys, what's going on? Hey, all right, we're gonna have a good time tonight. I'm glad you guys came out to join me, and the rain is pounding my window here behind me. So uh, I hope you still hear me. Okay. Somebody get in the chat. Tell me if they see this face right here. Tell me if I'm online, and we're gonna have a little discussion here tonight, and then we're gonna play a game. We're gonna have fun because it's the day before Thanksgiving, and I just feel like giving away some stuff. So I got a whole desk full of prizes right here, and stuff that some of you might even like. And so I'm hoping you guys can enjoy that. So yeah, we'll get everybody in here, and we're gonna do this, and we're gonna talk about Max Lucado for about a half an hour. And as soon as I'm done with that, around 8:30 or so, we're gonna jump over and give away some stuff. So I'm with y'all. So while we're waiting for a few stragglers to get on here, let's give some shout outs. Let's see here. Hey, Scott and Jan, glad you guys are here tonight. Good to see you. Amy, how you doing, Amy? Good to see you here tonight. Hope your tooth is feeling better. Hi, Daryl. Good to see you tonight. Hi, Dave and Amy. Amy, how many pies did you end up with today? Amy was collecting pies for the meal down at the school on Thursday, and she had quite a few calories down by the door, down by the sanctuary. So, Amy, jump in the chat. Tell us how many pies you ended up with today, because I know you had quite a collection. Hi, Jack and Cheryl. Good to see you tonight. Thanks for coming out here on Thanksgiving Eve. Hey, Eric. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Matt Clements. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, my friend. Well, thank you, Matt. Yeah, the Wednesday live stream and hand washing, of course. We our sticklers are about that around here. Scott says raining again. Seems like it slowed down here. Now it was really pounded a few minutes ago. So, hey, Val McAllister, good to see you. Did Sean get home okay? And hope everything's going good there. Cool Hand Luke wants a participation prize. Your participation prize there, Cool Hand Luke, is you get to hear me talk while we're here. And congratulations to you. So that's the best I can do. And if you can win a prize with one of my Thanksgiving trivia questions, we'll see if we can get you something even cooler than that. Eric Gurman, did you say the S word on Sunday? Dude, we do not throw that word around here. I don't even want to hear nothing about no S word on the ground. Because I hate that stuff. So Val, just driving in the rain, that's super fun. Hope you're home now. All right, I'm online. Good. Yes, Matt, no S words from Eric. Yes, please. Yeah, Eric seems to agree. Hi, Teresa Bitters. Dave said truckload of desserts, mostly pies. Well, good. I'm glad those folks out there will be eating good tomorrow. Good for them. Amy's on antibiotics for her teeth. Good. I hope that makes you feel better. I know you've been uncomfortable. I too had to have root canal earlier this year, and it was awful until I got to that. Hey, Suze, glad you're here. Sean did get home okay, but now quarantined until next Wednesday due to exposure. Of course he is. That's awesome. So, hey, Angie Myers, good to see you here tonight. And cool. All right. Well, we're going to take a little bit of time and talk about the Max Lucado chapter. And then we're going to rev up. I have 17. I have 17 trivia questions. Some are easy and some are hard. And we're going to just, I'm going to throw a few out at you, and we're just going to have fun. And I have some prizes here to give away. As a sneak preview, let's see. Let's sneak preview a prize. A sneak preview here. Here's one of the things I have right here. It's the Incredible Hulk with the Thanos glove you see there from Endgame. So that's one of the things that somebody's going to win here tonight, and because today's a good day. So I got a few other things here on my desk, but that's the only preview you get. Don't ask for another one. All right, cool. All right, so we are on part number 3. I'm on page 64 of the thing here. We're going to talk just real briefly about the transition, because we're going into the next section where Max Lucado is going to well, Matt, we'll see what we can do, buddy. Max is talking about transition. We're going to talk about Jesus as teacher. And hi, Marge Tangeman. Glad you're here. Talking about Jesus as teacher. So, in being teacher, one of the things we're going to learn, and I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, is teaching is great. I've had some great teachers in my life. I've had some bad teachers in my life, same as all of you. But the best teachers I had were always the ones that how can I say this? I didn't feel like they were just telling me stuff, but they were living. Made me feel that this was part of what they were. That they made me feel like they were living what they were teaching me, or they believed what they were teaching me, or they weren't just giving me some garbage out of a book, but really lived what we were talking about. And I'm not talking about just Sunday school teachers, which I am talking about them, but I'm not limiting it to them. I'm talking about things like, school teachers, bus drivers, coaches, my parents, my Aunt Kate, my sister, all the thousands of people I've dealt with in churches down through the years and in all various capacities. Anytime somebody tried to teach me something, I just, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, are you telling me something that you're telling me, or are you telling me something that's really a part of who you are? And the best teachers I have are the ones who are telling me something that was a part of who they were. And look, I'm going to give teachers a pass on the fact that 2 + 2 = 4. Yes, it does. But again, they were teaching because it was something that was a part of what was going on. It's not like anybody's life is transformed to learn their math tables, even though you should be learning those things. It was all about, thank you, Teresa. That's the phrase I was trying to get to. Teaching by example. That's exactly what I was looking for. And that's what everybody, that's what I was always looking for. And the best teachers I've had in my 45 years of wandering this earth, the best teachers I've had are the ones who were teaching by example. Yes, they were telling me stuff, but they were living stuff too. And that makes a huge difference. And I think that's what we're, at least in the first chapter of what we're going to read here tonight. That's what we're going to do. Now, one of the things that Max talks about in these transition pages, for those of you who read the book, and if you haven't, don't worry about it. I'm going to fill you in here a little bit. He was talking about the guy who, let's see if I can get his name here, who built the Eiffel Tower, Gustav Eiffel, who built the Eiffel Tower. And Eiffel Tower, you all know the Eiffel Tower with the bars and the big structure. And he says in here that the Eiffel Tower is in Paris. They were that was only supposed to last for 20 years, and it's been up for a long, long time. And it's become a part of who they are, part of the city and how all this stuff happens. And the interesting thing about the Eiffel Tower is that it's an amazing structure. It's a archaeological marvel, and it's an amazing, so on and so forth. So if you go look at it, everybody's kind of amazed by it. But this Gustav Eiffel, who was the driving force, the architect behind it, everybody was really excited and super up on it. But it's not like I can, pick up, where's that here? Pick up my telephone. See my telephone right there? I can't go pick up my telephone and give old Gustav a call and be like, hey, how did you get the cables to run all the way to the top of that? Or how did you get the elevator to work? Or how many steps does it take to get to the top of the Eiffel Tower? I can't call Gustav and ask him that, mainly because Gustav is dead. That's a really good reason why I can't speak to him. But even if he was alive, it's not like I could. Even the architect of this church, the beautiful sanctuary. The sanctuary is only 10 years old. I'm sure the architect is still living. I would assume so. It's not like I could just call the guy up and be like, "Hey, you built a building for us like a decade ago, and I'd like to talk to you about it." I don't know that I'm going to be able to do that. And that's the point that Max was making is. We see these things and these amazing structures that we build in cities and even small towns like St. Mary's, and we marvel in them, and they're amazing. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing at all, but you can't go contact the architect and have a conversation with them. And the reason that you can't is because that person is still limited. Yes, they can do amazing things and they have skills and so on and so forth, but they don't have time to have a conversation with every single person. Could you imagine If every person who's ever been in our sanctuary the last 10 years suddenly wanted to talk to the architect and ask him, how they managed to transport the windows from the old sanctuary to the new, that architect doesn't have time for that. And that's the point he's making, is this Gustav Eiffel, who was the guy behind the Eiffel Tower, doesn't have time for that. However, you think about the person who designed the Grand Canyon, or designed the Mississippi River, or designed a sunset, or designed a lake. That guy we can have a conversation with. That guy we can spend time with. And that's the difference between God and pretty much everyone else. Is God's got some pretty amazing things in his arsenal as well, and he is available. Where Gustav Eiffel, he built the Eiffel Tower for whatever reason he wanted to build it, but he didn't build it so he could have a conversation with every single person that ever saw the Eiffel Tower. That's not why he built it. However, God sent us a baby in a manger some 2,000 years ago so that he could have a relationship with every person who met that child. Everybody following me? I feel like this is kind of being crazy, but that was the point he was making, is how amazing that is, that God created this amazing system that we live in today, and the only reason it exists is so that God can interact with us. That's right, Cool Hand Luke. He designed you, he designed me, and he designed the 22 people who are in this chat right now. He designed all of us so that we may be able to have a relationship with him. There is literally nothing else in our world that was designed for that purpose. Nothing. So it's kind of an amazing thing. So speaking of leading by example and teaching by example, and hold on one second. I turned my heat on when I came in this office, and I'm going to be sweating by the time this is over. I'll turn that off. Speaking of leading by example, Cool Hand Luke wants to know, why did he make my ears grow hair? The reason that God made you that way, Luke, is because a fella as handsome as you would get himself into trouble. So in order to limit your potential with the ladies, God had to handicap you in that way, which, the rest of we guys appreciate that. So we're glad that worked out for us all. So, all right, cool. So anyways, all right, the chapter. Keep them warm, of course. I like my reason better, but okay. All right, so this is the story of the woman caught in adultery, one of the more famous Jesus stories, and one that I do believe we're going to be hearing about in this current sermon series that we're in. I really like this one, Jesus the Advocate, where this woman is caught in the very act of adultery. Oh my goodness! And this story is obviously it ends very happy because Jesus embarrasses all these men and sends them away. So that's awesome. But the story is actually very sad, in that adultery is one of those things that one person can't do. And I don't want to get too far into that, but you all know what I'm talking about. Yet she was alone. And the way Max set this up, I think, is very good. I think was probably very close to how this whole event happened, where she was drug out of her home, or drug out of wherever she was. And okay, so in her shame, whatever it was, they were accusing her of something. They drug her out to a Bible study. Now, could you imagine that one of your more shameful moments in life, a group of people drug you to a Bible study to make a point to the teacher? I don't know of anything that would be more shame-inducing than that. So they clearly did not care about this woman. She was a prop to throw at Jesus. That's just what she was. And so the Bible study, because Jesus was teaching when this happened, they're all going, what the heck is going on here? That they were probably, there's every reason to think that the people who were listening to Jesus were just as embarrassed for this woman as she was. They're embarrassed for her, that now she's been humiliated. Humiliated in the worst imaginable way, to be exposed out there in this moment. So she's out there in front of everybody, and she's been accused of something that wasn't supposed to be done. And now everybody, so they come in. There's this big commotion. The woman's now laying on the ground, and they're like, adulteress, scarlet letter, and all this stuff. And I can imagine, exactly what happened. Both the students and the accusers, they do the same thing. Their eyes go to the woman, then the eyes go to Jesus. That's what happened. Because first of all, everybody's trying to figure out what happened here. So that's when everyone looks at her. It's like, why did we bring her here? And so they say, well, she was caught in adultery. And you can imagine the big pomp and circumstance that they were having around this. So everybody's eyes goes to her, and then they're like, everybody looks over to Jesus, because everybody's like, what is about to happen here? And you can imagine this woman's face is probably, every shade of red you could imagine. She's probably like glowing in the dark, embarrassed about this, because she's drug out. Whoever her partner in crime was, literally, is nowhere to be found. And again, we can debate why that was, but she was the only one that was there. And so they say, all right, she is to be stoned. She is to die. That's how this rolls. And what do you say, Jesus? Should we start chucking these stones at her? And yeah, let's see here. Oh, Amy says hi to Teresa, and Teresa says feel better soon. Jan says would be horrified. I don't know how else you would be in this circumstance, Jan. I think that's the only proper response. And Scott wants to know, where was he at? And we don't know. No, nothing to indicate where the partner in crime was. We don't know where he was, or what his story was, or why he was not a part of this. Why did he abandon her? Was he at work? Was he gone? I don't know. I don't want to cast too much dispersion on the guy, because it may have been, it wasn't that he was trying to run. He just wasn't there. They may have waited for him to leave to get her by herself, because overpowering her alone would be much easier than overpowering the both of them. All that is possible. So that may have been a design by these, super brave guys who are part of this accusation. So in her shame, she's drug out in front of this Bible study class. Max makes that pretty clear. And so in this moment, okay, so there's this, like, we'll call it a pregnant pause, where the Pharisees make their accusation. The woman's there on the ground, just absolutely mortified. The Bible study is probably eyes about to pop out of their head, wondering what's about to happen. And everybody turns and looks at Jesus. And this is one of the very interesting things that he finds himself in, because there is literally, in this moment, there's no place for this woman to run. Max makes this appeal here, where I'm on page 70. He makes this very clear. He says, she's been caught. She's there. She's stuck. She can't run. She can't hide. She can't plead, because who's she going to plead to? She's going to plead to the church? The church just drug her out there to prepare to kill her. They're not showing a lot of mercy. She's going to beg the Bible study participants for help? Well, they're dumbfounded, confused. They don't know what to do. They're probably just afraid of the Pharisees as the woman is, thinking, I don't really want you guys nosing through my private life. Again, no blame here. So this is now all on Jesus. Jesus is, literally all she's got left. It's all that's available to her is Jesus. So she's got no place to run, no place to hide, no place to do anything. So all she can do now is do the exact same thing everyone else is doing. And that is, with wide-eyed terror, stare directly at Jesus. That's all she's got. And so Jesus, you got to give Jesus some credit, okay? Obviously. But Jesus, he has a little bit of a flair for the dramatic. Jesus was a lot of things. I love him, man. The guy had style. He really did. But he did have a bit of a flair for the dramatic. He was a showman, and I don't mean that in a negative way. But he comes over and he kneels down next to her, and her eyes probably got bigger the closer he got, because what's he about to do? Because remember, the sentence for this is death by having rocks thrown at you. That's the sentence. That's what's supposed to happen. And so he kneels down. What's he going to do? Is he picking up a stone? Is he getting, in for the first shot? What's he going to do? And it says she went down next to her. And in one of the most mysterious and bizarre passages in the Bible, it says he starts scratching on the ground. We have no idea what he wrote. And the weird thing about this story is, and Max is going to say this in the last paragraph of this chapter, this is literally the only evidence we ever have that Jesus wrote anything. And we don't know what he wrote. We don't know what he said. I've heard hypotheses that he was writing in the dirt. He was writing the sins of the people in the crowd. Maybe he was drawing a picture. Maybe he was drawing an arrow. Maybe he was drawing a bullseye. I don't know what he's drawing on the ground. There's so many ways to interpret that. I don't know where to go with it. So it's very interesting that he does this. So he's scratching on the ground, but Max, he makes less out of what the fact that he's writing, and more in the fact that he's stooping or kneeling. And I guess I never thought of it that way. He did go down to her level, because at this point he's looking up at the Bible study. He's looking up at the Pharisees, and depending on how far down to the ground he went, he may be looking up at her. And in the ancient world, and some today, but that was a big deal. He put his head below her head to look up at her. Now, I know there's been times in my career where I had to speak to a child in a very difficult situation. And whenever you do that, you never look down at the child. You always get down so you look up at the child. And it's a very much I don't want to say it's a yielding. It's more of a less intimidating. So for him to get down on the ground and look up at her, that was a big statement he makes just with his body language, to go down to her to her level and beneath her. And so he says, so he's down there. He scratches something on the ground. Again, we don't know what it is. He may be drawing pictures or whatever. And, Max goes on, and I'm not going to get too much into this tonight because we got some other stuff to do, but he talks about how the dirt that was in his hand was the same dirt that was in God's hands when he breathed into it the breath of life and made the human race and made life happen. So he draws a parallel there, and I think that's an interesting parallel. Honestly, not as interesting as the idea of Jesus coming down to her level. But what Jesus says is remember, you all know what he said. He said, Whoever is without sin, go first. Now, fascinating way that would have happened. In this scenario, the oldest person in the group would have thrown the first stone. That was kind of the tradition on how this worked. So when Jesus says, whoever doesn't have any sin, that's actually a challenge to an individual in the crowd. Now, we don't know which one it was, but whoever was there, who was the oldest guy there, the guy in charge, it was his duty to throw the first stone. Now, imagine it's me. I'm the number one guy. I got the stone in my hand. And Jesus says, do it. Just make sure that you don't have any sin in your life. And you better for darn sure know these guys are going to check. They're going to go check. They checked her out. They're going to check you out. You throw that stone, you're saying, check me out. Find out if I have sin. And if you think you can stand up to that scrutiny, go for it. So what did the oldest man do? I'm out. I'm done. I'm going home. Now, when he left, guess what they did? The second oldest guy went to him. He had a stone in his hand. Same challenge. If you don't have any sin in your life, and again, know these guys are going to check because that's how they roll. Throw your stone first. And the guy's like, I'm not so sure I want them going through my personal life. I'm out. They went to the third oldest guy, who realized what the other two guys realized. He says, I'm out. The fourth oldest guy, I'm out. Fifth oldest guy, I'm out. Suddenly everybody's like, I don't know that I want this bunch of clowns going through my personal life. So I see y'all later. We'll just forget this ever happened. I want to walk away. So out he goes. And that's why Jesus now still knelt on the ground. Now remember, knelt on the ground next to her. If they would have started throwing stones, guess who else is getting hit? Jesus is right in the thick of it with her. If they're throwing stones at her, they're going to hit him because he's right there. So in this challenge, he's saying, if you think you can stand up to that kind of scrutiny, you go first. Go for it. And everybody was like, I pass. Thanks, though. Nice. Everybody have a good day. I'm out. And then, so as one by one, they're dropping their stones instead of throwing them and walking away. Finally, everybody's realizing, I don't know that I want this much scrutiny in my life either. So everyone leaves. There's a bunch of stones on the ground, not one of them thrown. So now Jesus, again, flair for the dramatic, says, what happened to your accusers? Now, come on, guys. He was standing right there. He saw what just happened. What happened to your accusers? And she said, well, they didn't accuse me. And Jesus said, well, now remember, Jesus could have stood up to the scrutiny. He would have been perfectly within his right to throw the first stone. And, whatever he wanted to do, he could have done it because he could have stood up to the scrutiny. He goes, well, I'm not going to accuse you either. Why don't you go on home and sin no more? There's always that caveat. It's not like, well, you're fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. No, you're going to have to turn away from this life that you're in because this is not good for you, what you're doing. However, don't know that you need to be murdered today. Send her home. Friends, that's how you get in a crowd's face, is like that. I mean, essentially, Jesus double dog dared these guys to do it. He yielded his position as the authority in the crowd because they're the ones who asked him. He goes, all right, let's do this. You guys go first. He was willing to give his authority in this situation to throw the first stone. He gave that to anybody who would take it. But you got to remember, when you do this, they're going to come for you. They're going to check you out. And by George, if they find something in there, you're going to be next. And everybody was like, pass. I'm passing. I'm going to be out on this. But thanks, though. Friends, that's how you lead by example. And that's exactly what Jesus did, is he set an example for these guys to say, if you're gonna go this direction, make sure you can deal with it. If you can't take the heat, don't go in the kitchen. And buddy, I think that's one of the best. I don't know if I want to say object lesson because I don't mean that the way it sounds, but that's one of the best examples that Jesus could have set. I'm going to stand right here, lady, and I'm going to get hit by the same stones you're going to get hit with. But we're going to make sure whoever throws it is ready to stand up to the scrutiny, because you can't do it to her if you're not going to do it to yourself. That's what being a hypocrite's all about. That's what he said. If we're going to stone her for being a sinner, we're going to stone somebody else. That's how it's going to roll. So, all right, here's a few comments I missed. Jan says, oh, no, they want to make woman a demon. We are created by God. We are not evil. That is true. And in this situation, that's all she was a pawn. I mean, we have no record they even spoke to her. So, yeah, they clearly didn't care about her at all. And Jesus clearly did. Kuan Luke says she's at her bottom, her lowest point in life. Jesus was there. It was the same for me. And it's been the same for many of us. Luke, we're glad that Jesus came along and challenged something, maybe challenged something inside of ourselves or challenged something from the outside of ourselves and, got us through. And that's great. So Jan says, no one is without sin. I think Jesus, I think if anybody's really eligible to make that determination, we're going to say it's Jesus. And that's the determination that he made. And Margie, hey, Marge, Doug, Brian, and Amy, little ones are in bed here in Loveland. Well, Brian and Amy, welcome. Doug and Margie, welcome. Glad to have you guys. I hope you got my text because we're just about to transition to another phase here. All right. So Max goes on. I'm going to take 1 or 2 more minutes to do this. Max goes on to say, okay, so who are the Pharisees in your life? Inside your brain, because that's where Pharisees live anymore. Condemnation, he says, is the preferred commodity of Satan. I think that's a great line because Satan never shuts up, ever. His mouth goes on and on. And that's the preferred commodity of Satan is condemnation, and self-condemnation is what he excels at. And sometimes we need to allow Jesus to say, well, whoever doesn't have sin, throw the first stone. Allow Jesus to say that to us before we start throwing those stones at ourselves. Is about allow grace to happen, because grace can still happen, but it's not quite as effective if we don't take the chance to experience it. And I'm going to read the final paragraph, and then we're going to transition to something else here. Max closes this chapter by saying, within a few moments, the courtyard was empty. Jesus, the woman, her critics, they all left. But let's linger. Look at the rocks on the ground. Again, rocks that were dropped, not thrown. They are abandoned and unused. Look at the scribbling in the sand. It's the only sermon Jesus ever wrote. Again, the only evidence we ever had that he wrote anything was this event. Even though we don't know the words, I'm wondering if they read like this: grace happens here. And that's kind of how Jesus went about handling this. So, all right. I want to know any comments or last questions about the chapter we read. And I also would like for everybody who's going to play the game that we're about to start here in about 2 minutes, I would like for you to make a comment right now so I can see in the comments who all is here. So just write, please be nice, but write something in the comments so I can see who all the players are. There are 24 of you here, but I know some of you are not not tech savvy, and that's fine too. But if you're going to play the game, I would like for you to make a comment right now so I know who I'm playing with here. So Jan says, my friends' times are different. Stay true to the Bible. We must pursue his word. Amen. And I would say definite amen to that, Jan. All right, Dave Jessen, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, Margie. Yeah, if you're going to play the game, please comment so I can see how many people we got playing. And even if you're not playing, if you want to stay here and just experience what's about to happen. All right, I get a few people playing. Everybody jump in here and play. I have 17 questions. And while we're getting ready to move on here, before I ask the question, I will tell you what we're playing for. And you're welcome, man. Hope you're going to play. Hi, Matt. Hope you're playing too. I'm going to ask a question, and some of these are going to be really easy. Some of them are going to be a little bit more difficult, and so we're going to go through a couple of them. And some of them, in order to give everybody a chance, because I know I don't want somebody to win everything because of the connection speed, we may not take the first right answer on some of these. So, all right. Here are the rules. First of all, I bought all the prizes, therefore I make all the rules, and all determinations made by me are final, which means I can be as inconsistent in the application of the rules as I see fit. And everybody's going to be so happy about that and never argue with me. All right. That's rule number one. Rule number two is about looking things up. You are absolutely allowed to get on your phone and look up answers. I'm entirely fine with that. Just know you're going to be burning daylight to do that. So you're absolutely welcome to jump on the internet and look up answers. I'm entirely fine with that. Just know that this is going to take you a little time. If you win something, I will make arrangements with you to get you your prize. Either I will deliver it to you on Sunday. Teresa Bitters, I am not driving to your house. So when you win something, which I'm sure that you will, make arrangements. I'm not driving to your house, but some of you who live around here, if you win something, I will see that you get your prize, and I may even make a personal delivery. So Jan says, rule number 12, I win. All right, I don't know if there are 12 rules because I don't know if I can remember that many. But Kuhan Luke already doesn't like rule number 1, and that's why I made it. It's because I knew Kuhan Luke wouldn't like it, and that's just how I roll. So, all right, so we got a bunch of players, and I have 17 questions, and we're going to have some winners, and we're just doing this for fun, guys. So, all right, what am I going to start with? What do I got here? I need something cool. All right. First thing I'm giving away is this commemorative bronze coin. You can judge how big it is by how it sits in my hand. It's the state of Ohio. It is in commemoration of the first man on the moon from last summer. These are a limited quantity. And My goodness gracious. 4 Whitlings here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Oh, congratulations. You guys won before I even asked a question. Cheryl says, I totally agree with all your rules. Does that mean I get a prize? Yes. And the prize is you get to play. Congratulations on your great victory. So, so here it is. I'll show you that this side looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. This side looks like this. And I got these as a part of a promotional thing through the Chamber of Commerce a while back now. So this is the first thing up for grabs. And so I'm going to put a label on this right now. And I'm going to write somebody's name on it when they win. Okay. Jan is guessing Armstrong. That is a great guess, but incorrect. Nice try, though. Neil Armstrong, yes. All right. So here we go. I'm going to ask the first question, and you guys can start. You guys are answering. I haven't even asked a question yet. So yes, and I will tell you this question has nothing to do with Neil Armstrong. So don't guess anything with the space travel because you will be not correct. All right. All right. So here we go. Ready? I need to know. The winner is going to tell me the answer to the following question. Are you ready? What song that is now considered a popular Christmas song was originally composed for Thanksgiving? Okay. What song that is now considered a popular Christmas song was originally composed for Thanksgiving? Okay. Moon, LOL, I'll be at church. Alderon is not correct. Silent Night is good guess, but not correct. Over the River and Through the Woods is a pretty good guess, but not correct. Walking in Winter Wonderland, nope. Nope. Those are all good guesses, but not correct. Chestnuts on an Open Fire is a good guess, but not correct. I need to know what popular Christmas song was originally composed. Oh, we have a winner. Margie Whitling, it is Jingle Bells, was originally written for Thanksgiving. Yes, Jingle Bells was originally written for Thanksgiving. All right, we have our first winner. Eric and Valerie, nice try, but Margie got you first. All right, there it is, Whitling. That's what that says, in case you can't read it. All right, cool. All right, what do I got next here? All right, next I have this little decoration. It has on it Hebrews 13:8. It says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Okay? I'm going to put a tag on this one. That's what we're trying to get here. So I need to give this away. And I'm going to give it away with this question. When is Thanksgiving in Canada? When is Thanksgiving in Canada? That's what I need to know. What day is Thanksgiving in Canada? What day is Thanksgiving in Canada? Okay, I need to know. I think a number of you are correct. However, I need to know what day it is of the year. It changes. The day of the year changes. It's X day of X month. And nobody's got the right answer yet. I'm just going to tell you right now, Susan was the closest. Nobody's got the right answer, Teresa. Go ahead. I need to know, when is Thanksgiving in Canada? It's not a day of the month. It's a certain day of a certain month. Like, this is wrong. Like the fourth Friday of October or whatever. Oh, my word. Susan Eggery is our big winner. Everybody got it up there. Good job, Suze. All right. There it is. Says Susan. She was the first one. All right, cool. Let's see here. What else do I got here? Something cool. All right. Dun, 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 dun. I have a Hershey's candy bar. Milk chocolate and awesome. There it is. Somebody's going to win this candy bar. I'm putting a tag on it as we speak. Whose name am I going to write? The name I am going to write is the one that can tell me the answer to this question first. The question is, which Native American friend of the settlers acted as an interpreter? Which Native American friend of the settlers acted as an interpreter? Which Native American friend acted as an interpreter to the settlers? Uh-oh. Margie, I can't let you win everything. All right, we're going to go with the second person to get the right answer. Eric Gurman, Squanto. This is the unfair application of the rules, Margie. Sorry, but you already won one. Any won this one? My daughter-in-law? All right, all right, I already promised this one to Eric, but I'm going to give your daughter-in-law another chance. All right, Eric Gurman, right there, wins the candy bar. All right, what else do I have here? Let's do. Oh, this next one I have is hard. Let's see. Let me get a good one out here. Right here. Matt Dyer, John Smith was not a Native American, just so you know. All right, here we go. This license plate that says Jesus loves me. It's going to go to the person, and I'm going to say it right now. As long as I can sound it out, even if it's not spelled correctly, I'll give it to you. As long as I can sound it out and it's close, because I don't even, it's, you're going to see. I need to know what tribe of Indians shared Thanksgiving with the settlers, with the Pilgrims. What was the tribe of Indians? Who were they? Margie, are you serious? All right, this is the last time the Whitlings get to win one. Wampanoag. Wampanoag? Anybody? Wampanoag? All right. No more answers from Margie. Margie's got her two win limit. All right. But Margie Olajuwon, that's a basketball player. All right. She must be a teacher. I think you're right. All right. What else I got? I tell you what. Let's give away another one of these things. You guys seem to like these. I have another bronze coin here. This is a replica of the other one I had. I put a tag on it. All right. So, let's see here. Okay. The person is going to get this coin who can tell me the answer to this question. Are you ready? Besides the deer that the Wampanoag brought, besides the deer, what meat was featured at the first Thanksgiving? Besides the deer that the Wampanoag brought, what meat was featured at the first Thanksgiving? I need to know what meat was featured at the first Thanksgiving besides venison. Squirrel and turkey are good guesses, but not correct. Bear, rabbit, good guesses, but no. Squirrel, wild turkey, nope. Matt, I can't give the kid from Alger any special treatment. However, we do have a right answer here. Valerie McAllister says lobster, and the correct answer is seafood. Seafood was featured at the first Thanksgiving. So McAllister. Congratulations, Valerie. Yes, Matt Clements, fish would have been close, even though it was more the lobster and things like that. Seafood, what they ate. Okay. Let's see here. All right, what am I giving away now? How about what else do I have? I gotta have something else here. All right, here's what I got here. I got to show you this one because it's pretty cool. All right, here it is. This is a hand crank flashlight. See, you crank it up and it will work. The flashlight never needs batteries because you can crank it up. That's what's up. And because Margie Whitling said 1620, I will not ask a question that the answer is 1620. Okay. All right, Cool Hand Luke. If you would like to win this cranker as a prepper yourself, I need to know the answer to this question. Let's see here. Man, I got some good ones on this list. All right, here it is. Which president made Thanksgiving a permanent national holiday? Which president made Thanksgiving a permanent national holiday? Which president? Which president made Thanksgiving a permanent national holiday? Which president? Cool Hand Luke says Lincoln because I'm ignoring Margie Whitling. All right, yes. There's for your prepper gear, Cool Hand Luke. You'll be ready for the zombie apocalypse now. So, all right, very good. Yes, it was Lincoln. Okay. All right, we're going to do another candy bar here. Put a tag on this. All right. Okay. Now listen to this question really close because there's a detail in here you got to catch on to. Here's the question. Ready? You're going to be the winner of this candy bar. What year did the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade first have balloons? What year did the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade first have balloons? What year? Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, what year did it first have balloons? $1922. Good guess, but not correct. Dave Jessen with 1928. You got the pair of candy bars now. 1928 was the first year that they had balloons. So cool. All right, 1928. Now, all right, we're gonna do this one because I'm excited to get to this question. Let's this is one you guys are never gonna get, so I'm gonna give you a good price for this one because this one I couldn't believe myself. We're gonna give away another one of these coins I have here. All right, you ready? So the first time they had balloons was 1928. However, that was not the first parade. The first parade that Macy's had was in 1924. My question about that parade is, since they didn't have balloons, what did they feature in the parade? What did the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in 1924, the first year they had it, what did they feature? Because they didn't have balloons, what did they feature? What did they feature? I'm going to give you partial credit on that one. Nope, it wasn't Santa Claus. I mean, he may have been there, but that's not what they featured. Eric Gurman. Eric Gurman was zoo animals. I'm going to give a double prize on this one. actually, did you guys, McAllister, did you guys already win one? Oh, you guys already won a coin. You don't want a coin. Let me give you something else here. All right. Lorelei gets the candy bar. And Eric Gurman gets the coin. Yes, it was. They had employees from Macy's walking with zoo animals from the Central Park Zoo down Main Street there in New York. Can you imagine that? Here you go, Jimmy. Just take this bear by this leash and walk up the street. Yeah, I'm sure no one got killed doing that. So, all right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to do another candy bar for this one. There was one American president who, what's going on here? Oh dear, I'm running out of battery. There was one American president who refused to celebrate Thanksgiving. Who was it? Who was the president who refused to celebrate Thanksgiving? And Marge, I don't know who the pooper scoopers were, and that they had a terrible job. Which president flat out refused to celebrate Thanksgiving? It was not Roosevelt. Not good guess though, Matt. Taft? Nope. Wasn't Garfield. Yeah, it wasn't who. Actually, it was Jefferson. So, yep, it was Thomas Jefferson refused to give that one. I'm going to give that one to Daryl Louth, though, since he hasn't won yet. Daryl, you got yourself a candy bar, buddy. It was Thomas Jefferson. All right. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to have to branch out here a second. All right. I got this super sweet dune buggy right here for the person who can answer me this question. All right, here it goes. Is there a prize for the most wrong answers? There may be, because I make up the rules as we go. All right, here's what I want to know. You got a 1 in 50 chance of getting this one. What state consumes the most turkey every Thanksgiving? What state consumes the most turkey every Thanksgiving? I need to know what state consumes the most turkey every Thanksgiving. Who could tell me the answer to the question? Georgia's a good guess, but wrong. Yep. Yeah, we got some winners there. Brian says the answer is Minnesota. Nope. The answer is California, and it looks like Eric Gurman got that one. Eric Gurman. Yeah, Texas would have been my guess, Matt, but nope, it's California. All right. We're gonna do because we're just about out of time here tonight. I'm gonna do maybe 2 or 3 more here. Let's go. All right, here we go. Let's do this one. I have a Justice League Volkswagen van right there. Y'all see it? See the characters on there? I don't know if that's clear or not. Got all the characters on there. Look how cool this is. And all right, so this is going to be the winner for the person who can tell me the answer to this question. And the question is this. What is a baby turkey called? What is a baby turkey called? It is not called Batman. Good guess, though. What's a baby turkey called? It's not a goblet. Good guess, though. Goblet. That's actually good. Cornish hen? Nope. All right. I'm going to give this one to Cool Hand Luke but he spelled it wrong. It's a poult. P-O-U-L-T. But I'm going to give that one to Cool Hand Luke because I think he had it pretty close. It's a poult. A Jake or a Jenny is actually an adult turkey, Dave. Yep. All right. All right, I got two more. I'm going to say three more questions on here that I want to do. So I'm going to give away another one of these coins that I have. You already won one of these coins. I'm not giving you another one. So putting my tag on there. All right. In the early 1800s, there was a young lady who was advocating for Thanksgiving to become a national holiday. Her name was Sarah Josepha Hale. She campaigned for Thanksgiving to be a national holiday. Now, Sarah Josepha Hale wrote a very famous song. What was the song? She was a very early advocate for Thanksgiving to become a national holiday, but she wrote a very famous song that every one of y'all know. What was that famous song? Margie, do you have like a Jeopardy champion at your house? This is crap. Yes, the answer is Mary Had a Little Lamb. How could you possibly know that fast? So, all right. Somebody do another one because I think I've already given Margie like three different of these coins. Yes, it is Mary Had a Little Lamb. All right, I'm going to give this Dave. I don't think you guys have a coin yet, do you? I don't think so. All right. All right, got that one. All right, I got a candy bar for the person who could tell me, how do you test a cranberry to see if it's ripe? Because you all love the cranberry sauce, I know. How do you test a cranberry to know if it's ripe? Eat it? Nope. See if it floats? Nope. Have your friend eat it? Nope. Floating? Nope. Squeeze it? Nope. Man, Valerie, you must have the fastest Google search in the world. Yes, you bounce it. All right, here's the bonus question. How high does it have to bounce to know if it's ripe? All right. Okay, and I'm going to say, Margie, you're not allowed to answer this next question. So the Whitlings are out. So don't put the answer in there since you guys seem to know everything. Because this one's kind of interesting. I'm going to give away my buddy the Hulk here. All right. This is the final question, and the Whitlings are out. So I'm going to put a tag on the Hulk's head right here. Here's the question. In 1953, Swanson had an abundance of Thanksgiving turkey after Thanksgiving. The company Swanson, they had no idea what to do with it. This abundance of turkey led to the invention of a popular meal. What did it lead to the invention of? In 1953, Swanson had an abundance of turkey after Thanksgiving. They didn't know what to do with it, and it turned out they invented a new kind of meal that is pretty popular today. What meal did they invent? Cheryl Miller got it. It was TV dinners, and Jack Miller won the Hulk. Yes, it was TV dinners is what they invented. All right, Margie, I have to know, did the people at your place know it was TV dinners? I'm just curious now. Margie, did the people at your place know it was TV dinners? Pot pie is a good guess, Matt. Of course they did. So, all right. Well, I had two more questions, a couple more questions, but this is the last one I'll leave you with because it's one y'all are going to know. I'm sure they knew the answer, Doug. All right, ready? Which NFL team traditionally plays on Thanksgiving? Everybody jump in there and tell me which NFL team traditionally plays on Thanksgiving. Yes, sir. Is it Detroit Lions? I know the Cowboys also play, so yeah, it's a toss up between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys that both played. So, all right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you all coming out tonight. I hope you had fun with this. The idea is we're all having a good time here. Thank you for playing along with me. If you want a prize, I think most everybody who won prizes, I think, are people I generally see on Sundays for the most part. But I have tags on the back of your prizes, so I'll see that you get them. Thanks everybody for playing. Just wanted to lift everybody's spirits. I know everybody's kind of upset that Thanksgiving is going to be a little different this year because of COVID. So, question for me: which name is in the Bible more, Timothy or Benjamin? Benjamin's in far more than Timothy. Timothy's only in a couple of books where the tribe of Benjamin's all through the Old Testament. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, good, Ange. I'm glad you. I hope you learned something about Jesus because we did talk about him tonight too. So, yeah. So I appreciate everybody coming out and being a part of this conversation tonight. I hope you all had fun, and that's what it's all about. I love. It's 162-9. Is the 162 Benjamin, Matt? Yeah, I hope you guys laughed it up a little bit. That's what it's all about. So, so 162 is Benjamin. I figured that one would be a little more than Timothy. So, cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for playing along. Again, I've got your prizes. I'll try to have them available on Sunday when y'all are here. I know some of you got quite a load to take out of here. So just having a good time. Appreciate you all playing along, and thank you for coming out for the study. And yeah, so y'all know what you need to go do now, my friends. Well, first of all, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. That's a big one. And in the course of having that happy Thanksgiving, you also want to go wash your hands. Have a great night, everybody.